you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great because I got to watch a race this weekend for the first time in a few weeks.
Yeah.
So cannot complain by
Yeah.
any means.
I
The
love
ending
it.
wasn't great, but we'll get to that.
It was, as you captioned, a great turning point.
It was a great turning point, as the title of this episode will show.
It was a great turning
And it
point.
was also a fantastic race, just in terms of action. We may not
I
like
was gonna
how it ended.
say, coming off of the summer, I think it was a great race. It could be better, could be worse.
Could be better, could be worse, but can't complain. So
Could be better, could be worse.
this episode, we're going to go over the race. Got a couple pieces of news that we can't really comment on because we don't know much about it, but we're going to. Some fantasy updates, or at least predictions updates. Fantasy, we haven't really had any updates, so we haven't really felt the need to do anything, but we'll just say it now. City's up to second, so she's catching me. So
Up to second, Nick is still beating us somehow. I literally don't know how.
I was referring to the Family League. You're up to second. I don't even know
But
what the
still,
I don't even
I
know what the
mean,
friendlies looking like.
I'm happy with second, but I'm still upset that Nick is still beating us, and I swear to God, he hasn't touched it since
I mean, I don't think
February,
any of us really have, but
like March.
I also I put my worst team in that league on accident, so I'm in like fourth in that
Yeah,
league,
that is
but
fair.
it's okay. Nick's killing us anyway, but there's your little
It's
fantasy update
fine.
in case anyone really cared. Um,
It's fine.
it's not gonna matter until the last couple weeks. We'll get there. But in the meantime, let's get into the race recap as the Dutch Grand Prix was a fun one. Definitely a fun one to come back to.
We lost one. We had some good practices, had some good
And
quals
it
as
was
well.
very sloppy in the practices. I think basically every single driver had some sort of issue during practice, including Max. Max went off on a practice stop or a practice
Yeah,
start.
well, what's his face crashed?
Lance Stroll crashed after going
Yeah,
fastest in FP1. So that was fun, but not
it was
shocking.
interesting.
Well, it was a lot of carnage, but as we got to qualifying, we quickly figured out who was going to be the better racers because they usually always are. And nothing new. Oscar Piastri on pole over Lando by the finest of margins. Very, very close.
1/100th of a second,
Yeah,
I
it
think.
was a bit ridiculous. They were both 2/10 over Max, who ended up on the podium through qualifying, which was cool. And Isaac
Yup.
Hadjar qualifying fourth, which
Great
came kind of out of
qualifying for
nowhere.
him. It was wonderful.
And that will not be the last time
Wonderful.
we mention his name today because it was a fun
Yeah.
weekend to be an RB
It
fan.
was a fun weekend. It was a great race weekend.
That it was. But as we get right into it, typical start. Oscar maintains the lead. Max,
Yep.
as usual, passes Lando going into
Yep.
P2. He almost crashed the car while doing it. It was an unreal save.
Yep.
Ringtones during the episode say,
I don't know
"Gee,
who's nobody's calling me.
what's going on?
Literally nobody is calling me. That
A
was
ghost.
so
It's a
weird.
ghost." But
That was weird.
it's the
Anyways,
ghost of Lando's season coming back to bite you.
that was weird. It literally just showed up on my laptop. There's nothing on my phone about me getting a FaceTime. It was from Andrea. I talked to her yesterday. That's weird.
That's interesting.
That's weird.
It's the ghost of Lando.
Anyways,
It's the ghost of Lando. But anyways, Max almost loses the car into turn two on the banking, but saves it in an unreal save, stays ahead of Lando. Isaac actually maintains P4, which
just
was
shocking.
shocking. And again, that'll come up again later. Um, Bortoleto had a very bad start. He tumbled to the back of the field because something went wrong when the lights went off. Like he literally wasn't moving. Uh,
Yeah.
but it also allowed Alex Albon to make up 5 places. So a good start all
Robin
around for some,
Williams.
bad start for others. And we move
So
on.
expected, yes.
Not shocking at all. The usual suspects doing usual suspect things. But
Yup.
um, Lando did eventually take back P2 from Max. It took him a couple laps. And by that point, Oscar built a
Was
five
gone.
second lead, like as always, right? So the first stint didn't really see anything crazy. There was a little bit of rain, but nothing that amusing.
Just a sprinkle.
However, the pit start, and that is where chaos started to ensue. Lewis had requested to pit, and they instead boxed Charles first. This wasn't the reason that he crashed,
Mm.
but Charles pitted. Lewis, they go another lap around, and Lewis ends up crashing in the banking. It was a little wet at this point because of the rain. He ended up going on the painted area, which was
Yeah.
a little more slippery, and completely smashed the car in.
It Yeah, it
Unfortunate.
just looked like one of those just like, all right. I like I think we talked about it a little earlier too. It just didn't look like I didn't think he looked like he was trying to save it too hard, but then again, I think you could have mentioned too, like,
It looked like he thought he had room to get around it
yeah,
because
it
he
was kind
took
of
the
weird because
very edge of that wall.
it wasn't like it was too big of he didn't really even spin out. He just kind of hydroplaned on it. Like it wasn't like a serious.
It was not a it was a mistake, obviously, on his part, but it's kind of hard to control that, you know?
Yeah, which is fine.
So I think he had more room than he actually did and ended up clipping the edge of the wall when he was about to pass it. So unfortunate for Ferrari because they lose Lewis, but not only did they lose Lewis, but Charles Pitting the lap before put him behind everyone due to the safety car. So he didn't get the benefits. George ended up passing him at this point because of that. So just kind of unfortunate for them. But
Yeah.
that was just the beginning because there's a lot more. Um, because on the restart, I feel like we see these guys going at each other all the time, but Liam Lawson,
Dude, he is so aggressive for no
I mean, I
reason.
love it. Like it was a pure racing incident this time, and he wasn't the one that got penalized, but he made contact with Carlos Sainz on the
Times,
restart,
yeah. Clipped
which
his shoulder.
happens way more than you should think, right? It happens all the time at this point. Um, they gave Sainz a 10-second penalty, which was a bit ridiculous because I thought if anyone deserved it, it was Liam. I don't think anyone deserved it because it was on a restart, and it seemed like a
I
pretty standard racing
I'd
mistake.
have to watch it again. It could have been like a who was it the I don't know. It was just like I think even you could even hear him on the radio. Like Signs was like, "Are you serious? Like you just gave me a penalty for what?"
Yeah. Sainz was actually angry at Lawson. I don't think he really needed to be. Lawson's always aggressive. It's a restart. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean like Lawson is probably one of the more aggressive I would say on the circuit right now.
I would agree. You have to know who you're going against, you know? So
Pretty much.
it
I
is
mean,
what
like
it
look
is.
at what he did to Alonso. It's
Never know with him. So Lawson and Sainz both have issues and punctures. They fall from P7 and P8 to the very back of the field. Um, Sainz ends up getting a 10-second penalty. Kind of ridiculous, is what it is. But the race goes on. Now, while this was all going on, Charles is getting ultra aggressive, trying to make up places now that he just got screwed by that safety car,
Europe.
and makes an unbelievably aggressive move on George Russell that somehow didn't get a penalty. And maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe he stayed on track, but he came very close to cutting across, made
Dream.
contact
That
with
was
George, and
insane.
then drove away.
That
So
was insane.
it was maybe slight
That was
foreshadowing,
scary.
as
That
you would
was
rightly
very,
say.
yeah, that was very scary.
Very scary indeed. In terms of other stuff going on in the second stint, nothing else is really happening at this point. Hadjar's still in P4, Max is still in P3. Ollie
Not
Behrman's
much
making up
movement.
places at this point, but not much going on at the end. But as usual, it is right after another pit, more chaos happens because at this point, Kimmy has made up spots. Um, and after Charles pits, he comes out right in front of Kimmy, or I believe Kimmy actually pitted and came out behind Charles. It was one of the two, but
I can't remember. It was one of the two.
yes. Kimmy was a bit too aggressive, to say the least. And in the exact same spot that Lewis crashed,
He
spins
hit him.
Charles out and completely destroys the front of his car.
Annihilated. I had to laugh at all of his photo opportunities after he
He did a
DNF'd.
whole photo shoot.
It was amazing. He was sitting up on the hill, just
Doing his
chilling,
model looks. You know.
making a phone call. Like
Well, me and my dad were trying to figure out where did he get the phone?
I heard that he stole it from somebody.
I mean, he had to, right? Like he's not racing with
There was
it.
no way he had a phone while he was racing. I think he had to take it from somebody. I don't know who he was
But
calling,
it's
but
also very funny that he knows the phone number he needed to call. Like maybe he's calling his girlfriend or something. It's just like,
maybe.
what's
Well, because
going on?
it was the funniest photo shoot ever. He was just like,
It was the best was the while they were under the safety car and everyone was going around, they had the like pan out from the helicopter view
and
of
he's
like of the cars going around and him just sitting on the hill with all the cameramen around him. It was
he's insane. Nothing will ever beat Kimmy going back to his boat.
oh my God.
Have you
That
have you
came
seen
close
that?
though. If that like Charles knew what he was doing. Like
Oh God. I think that was in Monaco, wasn't it?
that wasn't Monica. Where else would he
Yeah.
be able to go on your boat?
I don't know, but that was so funny.
I love the little off the track things that
Iceman.
we talked about. So sucks for Leclerc. Gave us some very entertaining moments. So it was
Yeah.
cool. Um, but again, at this point, nothing else is really happening. Kimmy gets a 10-second penalty. Safety car. He's gonna have to make up some space on the restart and see if he can
Mhm.
do it, but it's gonna be an issue, right? After the restart, nothing really happens until the very end, where the championship may have been decided, unfortunately.
No.
Lando, I don't know what you're cheering for, going woo.
It's
Um,
false. It's fake.
yeah, it's unfortunate because the championship may have been decided by a mechanical issue on Lando's car. He ends up DNFing on lap 65 with an engine failure after he was making up time on Oscar too. I think it would have been very close at the end. I think Oscar probably would have held
I
on
was
to
gonna say,
the hard
I
lap,
feel like Oscar still probably would have won, but
but it would not have been a
at
34
least
point
it gives some hope.
exactly. Because Lando had to retire, it is now a 34-point deficit as Oscar went on to win the race. It also screwed me in my predictions because I'd be winning right now.
Yeah.
Because I had Oscar, Lando, and Max top three, and I nailed that until Lando DNF'd. So Lando DNFs, but not only does he a DNF, with the restart happening and the safety car, it bunches everyone up. Kimi gets screwed because he did not serve his penalty. And they finished, they started the race again, but he can't get past anyone and dropped to the very bottom of the field. I think
Very,
Gasly was
but
the only
yeah.
one behind him at that point. So rookie mistake again, got screwed. But it saw some fun ones. We had Isaac Hadjar on the podium.
Yes, P3. Did you see he broke his trophy?
I did see he broke his trophy.
That was funny.
I saw
People were
all the
saying
memes
Lando was haunting him even without being on the
doing
podium.
that, and then there was also the no, I broke
Yeah.
the trophy. I destroyed the car.
I thought that was so funny. I love it. I love all the memes. I love that
I did
everybody's
not think
so
I would like
active
Isaac
about
as
it.
much as I do. Isaac's so funny, but
I like him. He seems like such a sweet kid.
yeah, he's fun. So Isaac on the podium. Ollie Behrman, who started from the pit lane, ended up in P6, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Behrman was P6. Stroll was 7. Alonso. Aston Martin had a pretty good race. They were both in the points this race.
They did, which is crazy because I think one of the predicts from last week was who would finish higher, and I think I said Aston over RB. The team as a whole
I
did, but
yeah, they did
Hadjar
really
getting
well.
third is pretty huge. So, um, Kimmy finished sixth, dropped all the way down
16th, yeah.
to 16th or 17th. I'm not sure.
He's in
Behrman
6th.
ended up getting sixth, Stroll in seventh, Alonso eighth, Yuki in the points in ninth, and Esti Besti in the points with 10th.
I know. Haas had a pretty
Very,
good
very happy
race
about.
too. I
It
was
was
impressed. Albon had a good race. He finished P5.
a lot on the midfield. The midfield is very interesting this year because there's not
I
really a
it's it
de
keeps
facto worst
switching
car.
everywhere. I'm like,
Because like Alpine's bad, but I think it's bad because Franco's bad and Gasly's just kind of unlucky. Other than
yeah, I
that,
don't know what's going
they're
on. I don't know what's going on with Gasly this year.
like
It's
RB's all over the place. They're either finishing very high or very low. There's no real in between. Aston has looked very good the last couple of races. Haas has looked pretty
Mhm.
mediocre all year. There's really
Yeah.
not a bad midfield car. Like Williams is still the best probably, but it's
And
pretty
I'm looking at the
fun to see.
stand. I mean, McLaren very obviously were ahead by like 300 points, but Ferrari. Yeah, so Ferrari's got 260. Mercedes is only behind by 12 points.
Yeah,
So,
so the battle for second is always going to be interesting. Red Bull's going to be in their own little world because Max is going to dominate, and they'll.
yeah, Red Bull's like, well, because you look at Red Bull right now. Red Bull's at 214, so they're 34 points behind Mercedes, but then they're almost 100 and something points above Williams in fifth, who has 80 points. So,
That's only because of Max, which is so crazy. But
yeah, I'm looking at it now. Haas is now ninth. Kick Sauber's surpassed them.
Haas is really ninth. They've looked really good the last couple weeks, I feel. That's
Well, they
interesting.
haven't been in points.
I mean, they keep getting 1 or 2 points every time. That's what it is. But
I know, but I think that one week that Sauber had a really good race.
this is true. Nico's podium definitely helped a little bit. So,
Because I could see Aston passing Williams here before too long. They're at 62,
and Williams is
18
at
points
what?
behind.
18. That's a lot in the midfield, though.
It is a lot in the midfield, but I mean, if they keep doing what they're doing,
This is true. The thing with Williams is one of their drivers always has a good race, the other one can't. Like they can never both put it
yeah.
together on a weekend. Like Albon got
Which is so
P5,
frustrating because they'd be so good if they both were
and they will.
best of
Sainz
the rest.
Sainz is getting better with the new car. Albon's always been great, so
True,
I think it's coming.
true, true,
But
true.
I'm also a very
Hopefully,
optimistic Williams fan. So
ditto.
digress. Because we have one more thing to talk about from this race, which is ridiculous that this happened and they gave it to him after the race. Lewis gets a grid penalty for Monza because of a yellow flag infringement on the practice start,
Yup.
which is ridiculous because they said that they were going to deal with it after the race. They didn't even deal with it during the race, which obviously
Mm-mm.
wouldn't have mattered much because he crashed anyway. But he's now taking a 5 place grid penalty in
I
his home
wish
race, which is funny enough. I was going to put him on my podium because I was feeling myself, I guess, but I forgot he got the grid penalty, so I'm gonna have to change that.
that would probably be a good idea.
So
Yeah, I
Lewis,
don't know what's going on there.
not great. 5 place grid penalty in Monza in the
Okay.
home race. Unfortunate. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. It's just frustrating that they keep. I don't know. I wouldn't say they're playing favorites, but they don't have a.
I mean, it's not really on him though, or not on them though. That's purely on him.
No, it's not on them, but I'm just saying there's no like. I mean, like, look at like why is Signs getting whatever? There's no consistency, I would say. There you go.
That's throughout all the teams though. But um, another news, another piece of big F1 news. I want to make sure I get the name right because I'm not an IndyCar guy. Um,
Try to be.
Colton Herta. I thought it was Colin or Colin. I couldn't remember. So.
Tim.
Colton Herta,
Now reserve driver for
reserve driver for
Cadillac.
Cadillac. So American sport. I'm not sure if Colton Herta is American. I think he is.
I'm not sure.
Let me see.
It's very interesting to see a lot of the IndyCar
Colton
starting to
Herta,
transition over.
born in
Where is
Santa
he
Clarita, California.
from?
So he is an American. Cadillac got their American that they wanted so badly as a reserve driver. Will he ever race for them? Who knows? I think this could be an interesting one because Valtteri and Checo can't race forever. However, this guy's 25, so he can only wait so long. So we'll see.
Yeah, but I feel like you got a good incoming class next year. We'll see.
You do. So, Colton Herta, reserve driver for Cadillac. Interesting move. Probably not going to see him race on F1 grid if we're being honest, unless something
Maybe a
happens
practice.
to maybe well he'll get a
We'll
practice.
see.
Other than that, not much news this week, which is interesting. So
Oh, really?
with that, let's go to
Chaotic
F1
weekend.
predictions.
There.
Let's talk some
Let's do it.
predictions for this week.
Let's
Which I
do
now have
it.
to change
Monza.
because
We got
and
Monza this weekend.
I've decided I'm gonna go different in the F1 predict that I'm gonna do in our game because I think this is the week Lando probably wins, but my
Hopeful.
strategy has been working in our game that I'm, hedging my bets and saying Oscar's gonna win because either Lando wins and I'm happy or Oscar wins and I get a bunch of points. So
I'm just gonna keep going my tried and true. So
So My top three is set. I'm not going to tell you what it is because we're going to talk about it. I obviously had Lando 1, Oscar 2. That's going to switch in our predictions.
I'm picking my third right now.
I
Oh.
like my third place pick because it's not someone that I'd usually put.
Uh, I'll go save.
All
It's
right.
fine. Okay,
Who
second
will take
question.
pole?
I'm gonna go Oscar.
I'm going to go Lando because I think he needs to. And every single time that he's needed to win a race, he's answered the bell. And I think this is a must-win race
True.
for him.
Well, that's why I said, well, because I was gonna make a point earlier. I know Oscar's taking the lead now in the driving race, but like if you think about it, like one mistake from Oscar where he's finishing further back, or even if a DNF, like that immediately puts Lando back
Yeah, I think that's fair.
into contention. So,
It's also interesting that
anyways,
I wanted to kind of talk about this, but I don't know how to really talk about this. Mercedes has had some power unit issues, and obviously McLaren uses their power unit. The only driver that has a Mercedes power unit that hasn't had an issue yet this season has been Oscar Piastri. So, like, is it coming? Is it gonna happen eventually, or is he
I
just gonna
don't,
get lucky?
well, I don't know, because like I again, like I saw, like I said, like I saw that Lando. The reason, I mean, it was smoke, so you would think it would be the power unit, but it looks like it was a chassis oil system failure or something happened. I'm not sure.
So,
But I don't know, because they think about it, like I feel like you can't go unscathed the whole season
let's see what Racing News says.
because if you think about it, I think McLaren hasn't really had any issues up until probably Lando right now.
That this was the first major issue they had. Andrea Stella said
So
that
this
it
could
was
be
identified an issue on the chassis side. So
yeah.
they actually said Mercedes had no issue with it, which is interesting. I did not see that. So
But it could also speak on the durability of the cars. I mean, we are getting into the season, like,
I know, but you can't now that you've identified that issue, you can't just not fix it on Oscar's car because you want it to be even. Like they're gonna obviously
well,
fix it.
yeah, but it's also you don't know what else is gonna go wrong. Like you said, never
This
know.
is if there's they haven't
Never
had any
know.
reliability issues this year. This is the first time it's really happened. And that's what makes a good team, right? Like Red Bull last couple years has had zero reliability issues. I think the only one
Yeah.
was Australia when Max's car blew up last year,
Yeah.
which was
So
like the third race of the season.
I
And
mean, but
nothing
it's
happened.
also like again, like Max could be aggressive one day and all of a sudden take Oscar out. You know what I mean? Like it could literally be anything.
This is true.
My hopes are still high.
I'm not losing complete faith yet.
My hopes are still
Gonna come
high.
down to the wire either way, so that's nice. But Q3, question three, who will qualify highest for the Grand Prix between Sainz and Albon? Which is interesting because Albon's been better in the races. Sainz has been better in qualifying.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go science.
I'm gonna go Albon. I like it. I think he's gonna go forward with
That's
like
fair.
success last week. So,
That's
how
fair.
many cars will get into Q3? How many got into Q3 last week? I
I
might
don't
actually see the
remember.
results from last week. Let's see. Nope, that's the wrong button. You give me a minute. Really should have had this prepared before, but whatever. I got
Yeah,
80
that's
points last week. I did really well.
I don't know what I got last week. I don't think I did very well.
I actually did really well last week. God, I got my 2x wrong because I said Signs would be ahead of Padra, but um,
I don't think anybody expected Hadjar to do as well as he did this weekend.
did I not? Was this not a question last week? Seven teams got into Q3 last week because I got that question right.
Dang it, I think I put six.
I'm gonna ride with that again. Why
I'll
not?
go six again.
Who will finish ahead in the race between Charles, Lewis, Kimi, Hadjar, and Lawson? I love how Hadjar had one podium finish and he is now part of these questions. It's so funny.
Yeah, I mean Lawson's up there. Um,
This is easy. I'm not even gonna think. It's Charles.
okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna put Charles.
Like Lewis has a grid penalty, not helping him.
No,
Kimi's not
Kimmy,
looked good the last couple weeks. Hadjar, maybe
nope.
you could say I don't think he does that again.
Maybe,
I'm not gonna.
maybe could be a one-hit wonder. We don't
I'm
know.
actually gonna double that because I'm not confident in it. Who will set the fastest pit stop of the race? Who was it
I'm
last
gonna,
week? Because there were a lot of really bad pit stops last week.
I'm
Ferrari
gonna
did
put
it last week.
Jared. I'm gonna double down on McLaren.
I'm gonna go Ferrari again. I'm gonna go opposite of you. Will there
Will there
be a
be?
safety car? Yes, just based on how everything is going the last couple weeks. Who will
I
set
put
the
no last
fastest
time, and
lap?
I will be putting yes.
As you probably should. Fastest lap of the race.
I'm gonna go Oscar.
Who did it last week?
Oscar, I think he got a triple crown or whatever you want to call it.
Hold up. Let's see.
I think he
Oscar
got that.
did
What do
get
they
it
called
last
it?
week.
The triple crown, triple
Grand
podium,
Slam.
triple crown, Grand Slam. Thank you.
Oscar did set it last week. Like I said, when Lando needs to win, he usually does. So I'm gonna go Lando.
Yeah, because Oscar got what was it? He got P1.
P1, fastest
He,
qualifying on pole, fastest
yeah,
lap,
he got pole,
lap,
fastest lap, and then he
led
won.
every lap of the race. So,
And
which team will score more points this weekend between Ferrari and Mercedes? I'm gonna
I'm
say
gonna
Ferrari.
go. Really?
I
I'm gonna go
don't like what
Mercedes.
Kimi's been looking like the last couple of races.
I know, but also Lewis has a grid penalty, so okay. Will we see a new
Tentatively.
Italian Grand Prix winner? It has been Hamilton, Alonso, Leclerc, Gasly, and Verstappen have conquered Monza.
Uh,
I'm going to say yes.
I think that's a pretty easy one, and I'm actually gonna double down on that. Actually, I
I
don't.
think
No, I definitely am. What am I saying? I'm definitely doubling down on that.
I think that's fair. I won't double down on that one.
Double down on it. We're going.
Anyways,
Let's see what the league's looking like. Um,
I need to put this
in
down before.
predict, I have passed my
Yeah.
dad, but that's mostly because he hasn't paid attention, I don't think. I'm at 543. He's at 523. I've gotten 50% of my picks correct. That's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think mine's that high.
You're at 447. You got 42% correct. So
Yeah, I'm averaging about half.
I
It
know
is.
ball is what I'm hearing. So
It is what it is.
it is what it is. So
It is what it is.
with that, it's time to do our race predictions, as you've already
Yeah.
done. And
I did a couple because I was gonna forget if I didn't. So
unfortunately matching you like to a T of what you put. So um,
yeah.
now that the points are closer, it's good because we can kind of be similar. We don't have to completely go off our out of our rails, you know? So, since you're ahead, you get to go first. Please.
Ugh. Okay. Well, P1, we're gonna do Lando. Por supuesto, of course, right? We need a Lando win here. Come on, we gotta turn the tides. I'm gonna do Oscar second. I think pretty self-explanatory. I forget what I put. Who did I have in P3 last week? I had Russell last week. Switching it up. I'm feeling Leclerc. Hopefully we'll get some confidence back in Leclerc this weekend.
I don't think
He
anything
was
that happened this
aggressive.
week,
He was aggressive. He was very
none of it
aggressive
was
this
really
week.
his fault. Like the crash
I was
wasn't
gonna
on
say he was
him.
aggressive. It just was in misfortune, but I don't think it was bad. None of it was his fault per se. Um, P4. Hmm. Hmm.
A lot of
I'm
interesting P4s the last couple weeks.
I know it's why I'm like crap.
P4 last week was Russell. It should have been Hajar. Let's just say it. It should have been, but it was Russell. In Hungary, it was Leclerc. In Belgium, it was Max. And in Silverstone, it was Lewis. So we've had a different P4
Every time.
basically every single week,
Well,
except for last week, which was only because of a driver
you
fault.
know, I'm gonna mix it up. This might be really bad on my side. Could be bad. I'm gonna do Albon,
I
and then I'm
like
gonna do Russell.
it. So Max is out of the top five.
I'm gonna put Max out top five.
Interesting. All right. I like it. I'm gonna be pretty similar to you. The top three is exactly the same with Lando, Oscar, and Charles. Um,
Yep.
like I've kind of been saying, every time Lando has needed to win a race, he's done it. People don't really give him credit for it, but he's done it, right? A
Hmm.
couple times that he's messed up was when he gets a little too desperate, like in Canada or last week. Wasn't his fault last week, but he made some mistakes and the car just failed him. It is what it is. He needs to win now because Oscar is quickly pulling away. I think he's gonna do it. I think he's got that killer instinct that people don't really realize that he has. But I like him to win. I like Oscar to get P2, and I like Charles to get P3 because he actually looked very fast last week.
That's what I said. He was
Um,
pretty aggressive.
he seems like he's kind of racing that with that I don't really care about anyone mentality, and that's when he usually thrives. So uh,
Yeah,
I think a podium in Ferrari's home race would be something to give Ferrari
I
fans hope
do.
because they
Yeah.
haven't had a lot of it this year. But I
I
think it's
feel
doable.
horrible for the Ferrari fans this year.
So I have Charles getting third. Fourth, I'm not psychotic like you. Max is getting P4. Um, he looked very good last week. He didn't really have to do
It looked
anything,
good.
but he looked very good. It was his home race, granted, but it's a race he likes. He's won it before. He's Max
One.
Verstappen. There's nothing to really talk about, right? He's gonna get there.
True. Very true.
P5 is interesting because when you look at it, this is where it gets a little messy every
It
single
is
race, right?
every man's game at this point.
P5 last week was Albon. P5 the race before was Fernando Alonso. P5 the week before that was Russell. The one before that was Max. The one before that was Russell again. The one before that was Charles. And then the one before that was Nico. So we've been all over the place with it. I think with Lewis having the grid penalty, I don't think he's in contention there.
I
I
agree.
don't know what to think about Russell because he's been Mr. Consistent, but I just don't really know.
That's fair.
Um, and because of that, I kind of want to go someone interesting.
That's what I'm talking about. Esty bestie. I'm kidding.
Really not Bestie
I
Bestie.
wish. I wish.
I'm gonna roll, and this might be a mistake. I think Isaac has another great race. I'm gonna go him in fifth.
Really?
I was considering signs. I
Wow.
think it's gonna be Isaac, Russell, signs. Lewis will probably make up places to be in contention, but
Yeah, I think Lewis will be up, but I don't know if I would
Isaac
put Lewis
showed
in
he has the
fifth.
speed that he can compete with the Russells of the world and he could compete with the Charleses of the world, right?
Yeah.
I like him in fifth. I'm gonna put him there. I think he's gonna have another great race, and we're going that way. So with that, the score right now is 43 to 40, Sydney. I've made up my ground. This
It's
week's
getting
essentially the
closer.
wash for the top three. So the most points that I can make up is three, unless we get the bonus right, which has not happened once this year. One of these times it's going to happen, and it's going to blow this out of the water. But I can tie unless I get the bonus because the top three is not changing. So with that, let's get the wheel up and
We, we will see. All right, let me pull it up.
I really got to prepare this before. So whoops.
Nah,
Nah, it's fine.
there's an art in being unprepared.
Exactly.
All right.
Uncut podcast for a reason. You get to
Why
see.
you? I'll go first. I'll go first, and then you
Let's see.
go.
I gotta
Yeah.
put it up. Mm,
Oh, sunsets. Ah, it's getting darker earlier.
I love it.
I
I like
don't. I don't
summer,
want.
but like I love the fall. Football's back
I
tomorrow. It's gonna
I
be
like I like the fall season, but I don't like the cold, and I don't like that it's dark when I wake up and dark when I come
it
back
is
from work.
not dark when I wake up. So
It's dark when I wake
what
up.
time do you wake up?
Well, not now, but like I'll get
Oh,
up at like 8 and it's
okay,
like
okay,
still kind of buff outside.
okay, okay.
Okay, are we ready?
I'm ready. I'll let you go first. This is for me. What am I picking this week? I had picked the bottom five the last few weeks, and I think we're going that way again because what a shocker. Spin it again. I'm not doing that.
17.
My God.
Do you want me to spin it again?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. 17.
17.
Interesting.
27. That's a
27.
new
Oh,
one.
no. Now,
That's a new one.
are we ready?
I'm scared.
Trying to trying to actually spin it.
Tab it.
Do it.
There you go.
For
Oh, I'm
Sydney.
nervous.
Oh no. 13. Ah, almost 14. 13. Those are interesting ones. It doesn't
Man.
matter in what
Okay.
order we go, but let's go. I'll go first because, you went last time. And let's look at
Okay.
the 17th from the last couple weeks. Gabriel Bortoleto was actually dead last, but because of the unfortunate DNFs. Bortoleto,
Yeah.
Yuki, Alonso, Hajar, Albon. So it's just a complete take your best bet and we'll figure it out because it's been someone different. Lance Stroll
Always like that.
and Ollie Bearman. It's been literally a different person every time. Yuki's the only person that's had it twice. So because of that, I have
Uh,
nothing to base this off of. Who had Monza 2024 results? Because if someone got P17 that is still racing, I'm picking them.
I
Last,
like it.
this is Charles won that race last year. I did not know that. I did not realize that.
Really?
Not loading. Oh no, what happened?
What?
It's not loading.
What's not loading?
I'm trying to get the results from last year's race. Uh,
Um,
that's not good. Hopefully my internet doesn't
I'll
bug
look it
out.
up.
Um,
It's bugging a little, but it's okay.
oh no. So we gotta end this quick. Again,
It was,
um,
you went 17th.
17th. I'm getting it.
Um,
I got it on my phone. P17 last year was Nico Hulkenberg. He's been too good. I can't do that.
yes.
I can't do that to him. He's been too good to put in P17.
Did he not just get P17 again?
Last week?
Who was
Last week
last week?
Hulkenberg got 13th. So maybe you should talk about that. But like
There we go.
P17, we're gonna roll. This is a really hard one. Lance
Oh, man.
Stroll. When in doubt, pick Lance Stroll.
When in doubt.
There's no basis for it. It's been someone different every week.
That's
So
fair.
P13, let's hear it.
I'm gonna ride Esty Bestie.
Oh wow.
We're gonna go Esty.
That's
Esty
interesting because
Bestie.
you are gonna actually have to not root for him this week.
Oh no.
That's
But
upsetting.
like, okay, so we got what, P10 this past week, but then it's like, I mean, I think it's the same for every spot at that point. Every man's game. You had Hulkenberg at P13 the week before. Belgium, we were sitting at Sonoda. So I don't know.
I think it's a good shout.
I gotta have faith, but see, he got P13 in the British Grand Prix, so it's every man's race. For
It's
all we know,
everyone's
it's gonna
race,
be freaking
which is fun to talk about, right? Because that means every single person has a
it.
chance to get every single place now, besides like the top
It
five.
is.
Like it's
It,
usually
it
pretty
it
standard, but
totally is, and I love it. I love it. But
more parity, which is cool. So
yes,
it's nice.
indeed.
So
Indeed, indeed.
looks like we're back to the longer episodes. The last few episodes have been 20, 25 minutes. So this one's,
Haven't
I
had
think,
much to talk
pushing
about.
50, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Could be wrong.
yeah, I think you're right.
Um, yeah,
Yeah,
I enjoy
not
these
much
kinds of episodes because there's a
news.
lot to talk about. So,
I know, not much news, not much, interesting race.
but it was a very interesting race, and there's a lot to talk about in the race because that's where I thrive because I watch the race and I can actually talk about it because I don't really know who Colin or Colton Herta is. So,
I
can't really
am
add much to
not
it.
sure.
This is why we need to get into IndyCar.
I'd love to get into IndyCar. I would like to go to the Indy 5 next year.
I would also like to do that. Podcast from the Indy 5? Ooh, that's
That
an
would be
idea.
fun.
That is an idea.
Colin Herta.
So we'll look up Colin Herta for next episode. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching. We're gonna have
Thank
a fun one
you.
this week. Monza's always
Yes.
a fun race.
I like Monza.
Follow the Instagram, subscribe. We've actually been doing pretty well on views the last couple of weeks, which like comparatively, right? We're a small thing, but the last couple episodes have been doing pretty well. So we thank you
A
guys.
win is a
It's very
win.
fun.
A win is
So
a win.
a win is
A
a
win
win.
is a
We're
win. I saw
growing.
my mom was reposting it on Facebook.
Oh, was she really? I didn't see that.
She was. I
Love
was
it.
on Facebook the other day and I saw my mom
Thank you,
reposted it on
Gwen.
Facebook. I was
Thank
like,
you, Gwen. So Share with your friends, follow your Instagram, subscribe, like, comment, the whole thing. I'm gonna try to
Please
answer comments
do.
if there are any, so more than happy to. And let us know what you guys want us to do because we're always open to ideas. We're open to guests if you want to be on it. Pull up, let's go. We're ready to talk.
That'd be fun. I
Talk
know
some
we need to get
ball.
a guest on here at some point in time.
Peter Marsh, where you at? Let's see.
Peter! Peter Marsh!
So, with that being said, we'll see
Love
you
it.
next week. Have a good race. Have a good weekend.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.